Hey y'all, good afternoon. We are live and it's a lot for us to talk about. So I'm gonna give the family a couple of minutes to get in here. What is my phone doing? Hey, the Black Sleuth. I saw you pop in. Waiting on everybody else to come in here. I'm trying to fix my phone. I don't know why it's spinning. Hey, family. Okay, there we go. Girl Mama, thanks for joining. Welcome, Yo-Yo. Shout out to you for joining. We're going to wait on a couple more people. We have 3 topics that I know for sure that we are going to go over. Shout out Anaya Love for joining. I know I want to talk about Nolan Wells as well as Javeyah Harris, and then we are going to get into Karmelo as well. So hey, Pretty, I see you in here. I just told them we're going to talk about Nolan. I don't know why I want to call him Noel, but Nolan, Javeyah, and Karmelo. It's a lot for us to talk about. This will probably be another long live, so I want to make our cutoff point at least by 7 p.m., which is 2.5 hours. So whatever else y'all want to talk about after that, that's fine. Shout out to Janelda. Thank you for joining. And if you guys could like the live, we do have a goal. I'm going to try to keep the goal consistent to 10,000 likes per live. So that way we can get more people in here to join our community. I'm trying to give Jay a couple of minutes as well as Trill. Give her a few minutes too to come in. If they're not here in the next couple minutes, we'll just go ahead and get started. We'll catch them up. And also, if you guys are new here, if you ever miss any of our lives here, I am uploading them to YT. So you guys are definitely welcome to watch them there. Also, I want you guys to be mindful what you guys say. I don't care what you guys say as long as the words are TikTok friendly. But people are starting to repost our lives. So if you don't want it out there, that you just don't say it. I want to make sure I say that too. But we have 3 people in here. I guess Jay and Trill will join us later. But I definitely want to get started. Hey, I am Favor. Thank you for dropping in. Definitely appreciate it. CN11, thank you as well. Again, we have a goal of 10,000 likes by the end of the stream. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'm probably only going to discuss this part once. So I definitely see what's going on with the Nolan Wells case. And for Alexis's safety, she's not going to come on or discuss anything that may change later. I don't want to get into the details, but I'll just leave it like that. I won't have her to come up to say anything else. And then we'll go into the developments. So there was an independent autopsy. That information is due on Friday. And as soon as that is released, I will definitely be posting about it because I'm curious to see what is going to happen. Hey, Face, I see you just joined. Welcome. Also, let's go ahead and get into Ashley Cole's statement. So if you guys don't know, Ashley Cole is the judge who is the mother of one of the boys. So I want to read her statement. I was seeing the statement go around. I didn't believe it at first, but before I report anything to you guys, I do always fact check it. And I went to her Facebook page and it was definitely there. So This is what she said. She said, our thoughts and prayers. I'm sorry, I skipped the. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back to it. The Black Sleuth says she is clearly involved. That is definitely what I agree. We all are on the same page. Dang it, where did the post go? Hold on, y'all. Red Sanford, thank you for dropping in. Definitely appreciate it. Miss Pretty and the Black Sleuth, thank all of you guys for liking the live. Appreciate that as well. Okay, so when I try to make it bigger, it does that. Okay, y'all, I'm half blind, so I'm going to try to read what I can. So, her statement says, our thoughts and prayers are with Nolan's family. Our son, Warren, loved Nolan dearly. Unfortunately, I feel that it is appropriate for our family to dispel some rumors with facts based upon the social media attention that is being diverted away from the Wells family and their loss. Yes, I deactivated my Facebook, given the very heightened emotional state of social media right now. Oh my God, I'm not trying to laugh. She said, I fear for the safety of my child and my children. I'm going to pause right there. And when I say laugh, I'm not laughing about the situation. I'm laughing because we hear this type of rhetoric every time. Next, she goes on to say, my husband and I have 6 children, and we covered their privacy. We do not believe it is appropriate for our minor children's photographs to be circulated throughout the internet. Mind you, the pictures that are circulating, she posted, and they were drinking. Once you post something, it's public.
But even if that's the case,
hold on, Miss Pretty. I want to read the whole thing first. And she also said presenting potential threats to their safety. And then she goes on to say, I graduated high school with Christine Wells Wansley. We are from the same community. I have the utmost respect for her and all of the Wells family. We mourn the loss of Nolan with them. Our prayers have been and will continue to be with them. My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point on 4th of July. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers. Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last. And I'm a pause right there too, because she didn't get into the fact that they didn't do the polygraph. But I'm gonna keep reading. Warren was and I have to say alleged. Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last at around 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taken on water, and they had an issue with the Blige pump. I think that's how you pronounce it. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. Hold on, it flipped again. And then she says, I apologize if anyone was offended that I deleted my social media. There were no nefarious motivations in my deleting my social media. Social media has a lot of something lives, but a whole lot of positives, but a whole lot of negatives. We are in a world of clickbaiting, sad but true. My family is hopeful that this information will help to redirect the attention to the Wells family, their grief, and their need for our community support. That's full of shit. Go ahead, Miss Pretty. Miss Pretty.
I was just trying to say, when it came to the pictures and stuff, and like she said, like it's negative and positive. They did not care about that before this incident happened. Like pictures, they got pictures everywhere. It's pictures here, it's picture there. So why is it a problem now that you don't want your kids? You don't want people, your kids and they kids pictures all over the internet when that's all that has been all over the internet even before this case. So what's the difference now? You did not care about those positive or negative until now.
Exactly. And they put the pictures out there. We didn't. They put the pictures out there. That is crazy. But her statement to me, The statement and then some of the things that I am seeing online, and I have to watch what I say because I don't want to say too much, because I am aware of a lot of background stuff. Some shady stuff is happening. I'm going to leave it like that. It's definitely shady. I also want to, the Black Sleuth, are you able to come up? If not, that's okay. I also wanted to say that also Ben Crump, he did verify that Nolan was a strong swimmer, which we all were saying. So that debunks all of that about him drowning and all of that.
We already knew that because if he an
Yes.
athlete, of course he probably taking them classes too. I mean, that's what anybody. We already knew that, but the argument is that he was on slugs and that he had a lot in his system. So that's the argument.
Yes, and I like what Mel said in the chat. She said the statement is really safe and sterile and sounds like it was written by an attorney. Yeah, they is shady as fuck. They is, when I tell you, like, I saw somebody on TikTok say, oh, did I write their name down? I didn't write the name. It's like the Artsy or something like that. But he was saying basically like someone from their community, he is on their radar just for talking about the case. So I'm going to say this now. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can't shut me up. Y'all cannot shut me up because if y'all do happen to shut me up, that's just going to make other people keep talking. Like, we are not going to stop. And the Black Sleuth says she made a statement of fact that he wanted to stay on the island as if she was there. Exactly. Again, that is hearsay. She wasn't there. Somebody wants to come up. Oh, it's Miss Debbie, I think. Hold on, it's loading, y'all.
I am here. If you hear stuff in the background, I am cooking, so I'm multitasking. But I'm here. I'm listening.
Girl, it's fine. It's fine. Debbie is trying to join. I don't know what's happening. It's just spinning. But we have Recreation Toppy who's joining. But since the Black Sleuth can't come up, I wanted to let you guys know. Me and the Black Sleuth was talking, and he brought up something very important that I know a lot of people may not believe in, but I'm going to say it because I do believe it. I definitely think that this with Nolan and all of the other ones, including Tonae, just everything happening, this is definitely spiritual. And he brought up the fact about, and I have to watch my words, elemental human sacrifice, if you guys know what I'm trying to say. And if you think about everything that's happening, so the 4 elements, and this is something the Black Sleuth educated me on. The 4 elements are earth, which can be anything like trees or anything like that, air, fire, and water. And everybody that has been hung up, it's either trees or if they did pass away under suspicious circumstances, it's water. Y'all, I really think that this is spiritual. And what I posted today, I know it was controversial, but I wanted to say it. So when sacrifices are offered to the earth, it's meant to ensure fertility, harvest, protection, and prosperity. When it's for air, it's supposed to be to communicate with or appease gods and spirits of the heavens. Fire is going to be for purification, destruction of evil, or to honor powerful deities. And then water is going to be to appease water spirits, ensure rain, safe voyages, or fertility. So I know a lot of people do not believe in that, but I definitely think it's spiritual. And even if you don't believe it, the fact that other people may, it's important to pay attention because every one of these cases has been earth, air, fire, or water. And even Derek Samuels, he was found where? In the forest. Y'all, I really believe all of this is connected. I really do. So Miss Pretty, did you want to add anything to that? And also, if anyone else wants to come up to add, again, this is just a conversation. You guys are free to come up. We definitely have in-depth conversations.
No, I was just gonna say, and then it's scary because you don't even have to know that person to sacrifice them. Like, do you not know like that is some scary shit, and you cannot. And then how do you protect yourself if that is the case? Like, how we come in the panel and be like, okay, what can we do to resolve it? But how you gonna resolve that?
Yeah, and that was actually my next question, because I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think from this standpoint now, because it keeps happening? What are some best practices that we can have when dealing with YT people? Because as much as we can say stay away from them, we do know everyone is not bad. I want to make that clear. But at this point, we have to start looking to protect ourselves. So I wanted to know from y'all, what do y'all think will be some best practices? And if you guys don't want to come up, put them in the comments. Just make sure it's TikTok friendly. But what are some things that we can do? I do like the fact on yesterday, somebody was like, if you see one of us and they are surrounded by others, definitely ask them, are you okay? Are you good? I think that's real important. I forgot who said it, but it was a good idea. Jay, you were late. You were finna get fined now. Nah, but yeah, I want to get y'all's take. What are some things that we need to enact like today? Because it's clear as day that this is no longer a game. Let me know in the chat, y'all. Oh, Jay, you good. You good. I take my fine back then. No. Miss Pretty, do you have any intake of what to do? Or something that you will practice in the future?
I cannot think of nothing at the moment.
Yeah. So I think it's Monye or Mona. She said, we can say what we need to say with our eyes or the look. Yes, we definitely do that. And I love that about us.
Because she keep her camera on for that. And I'll just be like, what is they talking about? It gets irritating. People up in the comments it gets irritating.
Yeah. Hey, Jay. I know you probably can't talk, but you good. Oh, okay. Yeah, go on and work. But if you want to jump in, you can do it anyway.
Hey, the Black Sleuth. Hey, Miss Pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
The Black Sleuth said the only way to I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was trying to say something before she started talking to me again. Shit.
Oh, don't do me.
This girl getting on my nerves.
Oh.
She don't like asking me stuff, and it's on the paper, and it's like, bro, you need to read. I really want to kind of make the decision, but I don't like cutting nobody down. But we work with kids, and it's like she gonna have to read this stuff, or she misdiagnosed something or send something out. So it's like, yeah, I kind of don't want to work with her. But anyways, I feel like as our people, we need to understand just that it is our people. There's no allies, no us, no them. And it could be like that, but that's not the type of time that we're on. And I prayed about this yesterday and this morning, actually. And I'm like, I know we're supposed to be living in unity. And, God forgive me if I misled anybody by creating a division in between, like, oh, no, fuck them. And like we all say, it's not all of them. But as for right now, it's time out. One, we need to learn how to stick together. It's pretty.
I think you. Okay. Jay will come back. I think she lost her signal. But the Black Sleuth said the only way to protect is to make sure they know nothing's free. You can take one of mine and I'll take 20. Okay, Malcolm, you starting already. Monye, I believe that's how you say it. She says, yes, I do it often. And Joyce, thank you for coming. Go ahead, Jay. I think I heard you. Or was that Miss Pretty?
I think that was me. I was just gonna say this is off topic, but did you? I know I sent it to you. Where the little baby was at the daycare. And
yes. Yeah.
They said that baby got a brain injury.
Well, it was a hard floor. I can see that. Yeah, but I don't think she did it on purpose. But still, you don't do that to no kids. I'll be ready to fight.
Right. I think it just looked like like she was really normally playing, and she couldn't catch him. So I would be like, oh my god.
Yeah. And Monye just said, it's sad we have to have these conversations with our children very early. Yeah. Monye, I've like mentioned it to my daughter, but I think this weekend we're gonna have a sit down conversation because she's 16 and she wanna do all this stuff. It's time that, I sit her down. Hey Lance, you got a new profile picture.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you let
Um,
are your son, is he always around you, or do you let him like go outside and stuff by himself?
Not by himself, but he don't like to go outside anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but boys, they do like to be on you all the time. All the time. Yeah. Hey Monye, welcome. Is it
Oh,
Monye
okay.
or I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right?
it's Monye or Monet. I'm okay
Okay.
with either one. It's fine.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you. My children are adults now. I have a 33-year-old and a 20-year-old. So I had these conversations very, very, very early with them. When my son was younger and he was in high school, he was like the athlete. And when he would go out with his friends that did not look like him, they would not have issues. As far as like if they were at the movies and wanted to hang out after in the parking lot. But when he would go out with his friends that did look like him, like those people in uniform were always called.
Yes.
It always used to bother me because I'm like, why is it when he's out with people that don't look like him, those things don't happen, but when he's out with people that do look like him, it's like there's always some type of issue or assumption or whatever. So I had that conversation with both of them early.
So what did that conversation look like? Like, what are some things that you said?
I can't say what I said on here.
Okay. Okay. I
But
got you.
I'm very blunt with my children. I'm very open. I don't sugarcoat things with them because you can't be with them everywhere they go.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be with them everywhere they go. You can only, as my grandfather used to say, you can teach them, but they have to learn some things on their own. So, my daughter is 20 now. She's in the military, and I'm very blunt with her as well. I'm very straightforward. I've always been that way. But they do know that they can call me for anything, anytime. I don't care, day, night, what time it is. Never be afraid to call and tell me the truth about anything.
Yes.
But I taught them, I had to teach my daughter, stop calling everybody your friend. Everybody is not your friend. That is something that bothers me when you hear young children always saying, oh, that's my friend, that's my friend. The conversations that we have to have with our children are not the same conversations that other people have to have with their children.
Yeah. You said everything. To me, just thinking about the conversation that I have to have, it's uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's not worth my daughter's life. So it's going to be had. It's going to be had. So
You have to.
yeah, yeah. So can I ask you, what was your kid's response? Did they have any response, or what was their feedback?
My daughter is more she knows, but my daughter is more soft hearted, I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
My son, he's more like me. So we've all, you know what I'm saying? You have to parent your children sometime according to their character, if that makes sense. But their response, they listen. My daughter had to learn the hard way though. She actually was working at a particular fast food restaurant before she went off to the military during high school. And I bought her a car at 16. She was a straight A student, never really gave me issues. Well, she came home one night and she was kind of distant, wasn't talking. So a couple of days later, she told me after work, some people that did not look like her invited her somewhere and she went and she didn't tell me.
And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? She was like, well, I know I'm supposed to come straight home after work. I said, okay. And they put her in the trunk of her car and locked the trunk and drove around with her in it, thinking it was a joke. And I went to every last one of their parents' home and let them know what the outcome could have been if something would have happened to my daughter.
Yeah, she could have had a panic attack, anything.
I wasn't gonna be the only one crying. I promise you that.
Are you serious? I'm sorry. I typed
serious.
the wrong shit in the
They
comments.
locked her in the trunk of a car. You know how you sit down talking with your friends, somebody may open the trunk of a car and you kind of sit?
Yes.
And they planned to push her in and ride around with her in the trunk of the car.
You see what I'm saying? This is why this is how you know they did that shit to Nolan. Why did y'all do that to that lady daughter? And y'all fucking asked her to come with y'all.
Yeah, but they asked her to hang out with them too. But see, that's what I'm saying. You can't think just because you're hanging out with people that don't look like you. And I'm not saying all, but sometimes they do some sick things that they think is a joke or whatever. And they'll plan things amongst themselves. And the person that doesn't look like them is not aware.
Yes, and Monye, I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanna mention Nizzy in the comments.
Right.
We can only talk about so many people. If there's a lot of people, but I did write their names down and I will research them. We can only do so much. We only have so many hours in a day.
But it's like, who is that? Like, some people don't even know who that is. Like, y'all come up here and ask the stupidest questions. Like, if you don't hear us talking about the person, it's probably because we don't know what happened.
Yes, and I'm sorry, Monye. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. But they taught her, listen, you don't have to lie to me. If you want to hang out after work, I just need to know who you're with. But she never did that again. And it's sad that she had to learn that way, but we had already had that discussion. And sometimes, even though we speak to our children, when they are not around us, they're going to do what they want to do. Now, what we tell them may kick in, but sometimes it doesn't kick in soon enough, because that situation could have been avoided, or that situation could have took a turn for the worse.
Yeah. May I ask you a question, please? If it's not too personal, how did she get out the trunk? Like, they just stopped and let her
out. They took her back to her car and let her out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And they thought that shit was gonna be okay. This is what I be saying.
So then I had to teach her too about the release latch in the trunk of cars, because I hadn't taught her that.
Yeah.
So it makes you start thinking okay, let me teach her this in case this or that happens. So now that she's in the Army, it's like sometimes my nerves are on 10.
Well, you're always going to be her mama. It doesn't matter how old she gets, right?
Of course.
You're always going to look out for her. I mean, heck, I was on tactical SWAT, and my mom would still make sure I got my wallet in my front that's not in pickpocket and all this stuff, right? And that's the way they are, right? And you're always going to be like that. They're always going to be your baby. And I think that that's horrible that happened, right, to your daughter. And I'm just going to tell you from my side. You do a lot of things. I've noticed this, that things, and also I sound like that. A lot of kids do a lot of things that they wouldn't normally do because they want to be accepted, and so I know I've done things that I was like, oh shit, because growing up, it's like, and so like I know if I don't have any, but I know if I had any, I'd be like, hey, and it's okay to be you, and if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it, because I know, like when I was growing up, I mean, I think I probably been a couple of things like, man, I look back like shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. Luckily, I didn't. Got out of it okay, just because I wanted to be like in the in crowd, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's from my side.
So Monye, I do want to ask you too. I know you said that your daughter kind of pulled back. Did you see any other signs? Because it may be some signs that other parents can look for just in case if they see any changes in their kids.
My daughter is very loving on me. We're very loving on each other. So normally when she comes in, she always is going to come to the room, jump on my bed, give me a hug, and she went straight upstairs. And that was okay. I didn't really think anything about it. I thought maybe she just had a bad shift at work or something. But 99% of the time, she was always gonna come to my room and just be like, "Hey, mom, how was your day?" She's like a really free spirit, and most of the time she's like very like happy go lucky type. And I just noticed like for 2 days she wasn't really talking or anything like that. And she was like, "Well, it was bothering me because I needed to talk to someone and I knew I could come talk to you. But at the same time, I knew that you were gonna say, well, what did I tell you?"
Yeah.
That's
I'm,
really
I'm
sad. I'm
sorry she went
sorry.
through that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
I'm
have to have
sorry.
an
It's
open
horrible.
line of
Wow.
communication with your children. Don't make them feel like they can't come tell you anything, no matter what it is. Try not to react in a way that we're human though, of course. But try not to react in a way that makes them feel like, oh well, I can't talk to my parent about anything because they're gonna flip out.
True.
You
Yeah.
And I
know what
think
I mean? But at the same
it's
time, we are human because our first thing is like, well, what did I tell you? And then we go into protection, and then the sympathy comes for them. But at the same time, it's like I think that we express ourselves sometimes in that way because we're hurt and upset at the same time. Because
Ooh, out of
you have
fear.
all these thoughts go through your
yeah.
head. Well, at least for me, I had so many thoughts going through my head, like, well, this could have happened and that could have happened, and I wouldn't have known. I went and got her iPhone the next day
Mm,
so
yeah.
we could share
Thank you,
locations
Mom.
because at that time she didn't have an iPhone. I went the very next day and got her an iPhone.
Oh, I do want to know too, Monye. What did the parents say when you told them what they did? What was their reaction?
They are very apologetic. They were sorry. They were apologetic. Um, that's pretty much it. And they were, gonna talk to their children. Of course, when I left, they scolded them while I was there. But the whole time their parents are talking to them, I was giving them the death look.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
can't
I
blame
hate to
you.
say it, that's actually raises to the level of criminality. So, if she wanted to get out of there, right? I think that I'm sure they probably understood that. And
Easily a kidnapping
But it
charge.
just made
yeah,
me feel like they planned that. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's only 4'11". At that time, she's probably
yeah.
110 pounds. And like I told her, never try to avoid putting yourself in a situation that can be avoided. I mean, we're human, things happen, some things are out of our control. But
But
you
that's the
have to
thing, Miss Monet. Like, how could she? And thank God she's okay. But it's like stuff like that. How do you avoid when somebody befriends you without forming like a type of prejudice or a hate? Like, why? And I just really want to know. Like, I want to talk to one of the most racist people, and I want to know, like, what makes you feel like this is okay? Like, is it just pure evil, or because I know y'all didn't think that was funny, putting her in that trunk and riding around? What the fuck was funny about it? Because
yeah,
that's a kidnapping charge.
one of the
Right.
young ladies like, oh well, we were just joking. Well, that's not a way you joke. What if I took you and locked you in a closet and then let you out until I got ready to?
Right.
It's almost like they prey on the ones that are most friendly and innocent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor
And then too, and that now that you say that, I reposted a video of Nolan, and his mannerisms were so innocent. So
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, even though she's grown, like, I just want to hug her. Like, girl, are you okay? Like, do you want to like
Trust
beat
me,
the fuck out of all of them?
now she's a little firecracker. She looks one way, but people never she's a very girly girl. So when people see her, they don't think she's in the military.
Yeah.
They don't, and they think she's younger than 20. So,
She's real small.
yeah, she's very small. She's gained more muscle now than anything, but she's still very tiny. She's still 4'11", of course, but she's a very girly girl.
Yeah.
I'm so
you
sorry
know
to
and
hear
Yeah.
i
that.
and I teach her, when you go places, be aware of your surroundings. I started noticing her when I got her, upgraded her phone to an iPhone. We would go somewhere, she would like be looking down, excuse me, at her phone and not paying attention to her surroundings.
I know. Yes, we can't do that. I'm glad she has you as a mom.
Yeah,
Because
and it's
we
just
can't do
like,
that.
it's scary. I've
Oh,
always been scared for her to grow up. I don't know why, but it's just like, that's my baby. Not saying that I wasn't afraid for my son, but it's like they're 13 years apart. you know, and they're not going to be around each other all the time. Although he's very protective of her, you know, she's in the army now, and there are things that go on in there that are swept under the rug, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know, but I just have to, I always try to let her know that I'm here for her, even though she may not like to hear what I have to say sometimes, because, you know, when they get a certain age, they think they know better than us.
No, she that right there, that she's definitely listening.
Yeah, they listen, but they still think they know better than us. I'm very honest. They will think, oh well, I'm not gonna. That's not gonna happen. Or, well, mom, are you calling yourself lecturing me? Yes, I am lecturing you.
Yeah.
You know, they get to a certain age, and sometimes, like I said, you have to. It's hard to allow our children to grow up because sometimes we know what's out there. They don't know. You know, I'm 51. I was raised in the 90s. The 80s and the 90s, so we were raised very different,
Yeah.
and we have to teach them different things.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I did have another topic that I wanted to discuss with you guys too. It's about Javeyah Harris, the 4-year-old little girl. Her remains were found. It's hard to say out loud. It wasn't her entire body. It's being alleged that the parents used corrosive chemicals and tools to dissolve a lot of her body, and they put the rest of her in a pond
That's evil.
by her parents, allegedly.
That's evil. And, you know, and it's sad that everyone that can have children doesn't mean that they need them.
Yes. And I think she either just had a baby or she was about to have a baby, the mom.
That's
So
horrible.
that case is like, because I would say maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, everyone was looking for this little girl, and they were saying that they didn't know what happened, but to find out that it was the parents and that they could do something like that to their own child, it's disturbing.
Wow. I haven't heard of that. I'm gonna have to go and look that up and read about it.
Yes, her name was Javeyah Harris.
Okay. I think I saw that and I saved it, and I was gonna go back and kind of like read not the comments, read the, what do you call it? When they have like everything that happened, and I didn't get to read all of it.
Let me see. I made a post about it. Let me get to the post and I can read it just so you can get a synopsis of it. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing that on the job is when I saw a Schmurder side, and it was he unalived the family, and it's like, the little kids. This was the worst thing I ever seen. And yeah, it's sad to see that. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like,
Yes, and I have it right here. So, according to information shared about the investigation, authorities say they located remains during their search efforts after evidence and statements led investigators to believe Javeyah was no longer missing but deceased. Investigators allege Javeyah's parents did not report what happened when she was removed from the earth and instead took steps to conceal her death. Authorities claim they attempted to hide evidence and mislead investigators while the community continues searching for answers. Court documents and investigators allege the concealment efforts included moving and hiding her remains instead of contacting emergency services or law enforcement. Also, there were inconsistencies in statements, evidence collected during the investigation, and additional information uncovered by detectives ultimately changed the case from a missing child into a homicide investigation. Like, how can you sit and watch everybody look for your child and you know what happened? Yes, Teresa, that's what it sounds like that they confess.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
That little girl been deceased for a month.
Yes, for over a month.
I don't really know what's going on there because I can't watch stuff like that with kids. Like that
Yes.
really disrupts my spirit, so I can't watch stuff like that with kids.
So did someone report her missing, or that were people asking where she was, or?
So from what I'm reading, people were asking, and then the parents reported her missing.
The parents reported her missing the same day she went into labor.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's why I say just because people can have children doesn't mean that they need them.
Yeah, that's a sad case. That's a definitely sad case, and it was hard for me to bring it to talk about here, but I knew we needed to, just so. And I keep looking at her pictures, like she was so precious. Like, how could you do that? How could you do that?
They were probably more than likely inflicting a lot more on her than, you know, just that.
And I hope, and I don't want to speak this into existence, but I hope nobody was, doing that to her. Because if you can kill I don't put anything past you.
Right. They were probably, being very abusive toward her.
Yes.
Not even so much as like
I said that
saying her, but it could have been
both
more like
ways.
physical
You know how
or
scary that shit is in both ways. It's like that's why they trying to cover it up so bad.
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll ever know the truth, but that was sad. That was sad. Well, I have one other thing to talk about, and then after this, we could talk about whatever. It's the Karmelo update. So I've been reading the documents, y'all. He really was railroaded. So let me try to read my notes. Y'all know when I write fast, I can't understand myself. Okay, so some of the issues. Do you guys remember when they had the trial on a Saturday? So come to find out, Karmelo's witnesses were unavailable on Saturday, and they had the trial anyway. Also, they only gave Karmelo 10 minutes to decide if he wanted to testify for himself or not. Mind you, he's 17. And then the next thing I wrote is that so there was agreement between the defense and the prosecutors that on both sides that they would not include character evidence. So that's why Austin's and Hunter's behavior was not entered into evidence. And just from me reading that information, I definitely feel like the prosecution side and the Hunter Metcalf side, they did that purposely because they knew they were going to smear Karmelo's name in the media. Also, there is going to be a hearing and ruling done by August 21st of this year. But yes, I definitely think they tried to play it in the media. And unfortunately, so many people believe their side, and it led to where we are now. Hey, Shayla, welcome. I didn't even know you was on TikTok. I'm finna add you now. But what are you guys' thoughts on the Karmelo update?
I mean, we could see that. Like even when they did all of that, it's just really sad. And that was crazy because I really never heard of court on Saturday. So with everything, I was just like, yeah, this not finna go right. And even when they read the verdict, I was at work. I had to leave because I was so hurt. And I'm like, damn, like that is so not right. Like, what can we do? So I'm not surprised. I really hope they throw it out simply because everything that happened, and this is not condoning unaliving anybody, but I hope they throw it out. He's been through a fucking enough. Like it's time, sir. He's been through enough. Throw it out, shit.
He
Just throw it
have,
out.
and I just want to say too, if his lawyer would have done half of this, he probably would not be where he is today. Like they didn't even try, but this legal team, they are definitely on it. So I'm happy for that, to say the least. But he should not be where he is. It's definitely sad. Miss Pretty, do you have any updates on Derek or any thoughts on Karmelo?
Who is Derek?
Derek,
Samuel, you know what that is?
yes,
Huh?
you got to break it down again, because for Derek, she knows most of that case. If she can, if not, you can do it at another time. It's up to you.
Yeah, okay. So I got you. Wait, give me one second.
Told him I said, hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Bad as hell. But hold on, I got you. So basically, Derek was a 20-year-old who went missing in Cap Creek in Atlanta, and the last two people that seen him was his friends. Um, he was in the he was in a they went to a Target so they could charge up their Tesla, and one of the friends went to go see his girlfriend. The other one went to their grandma's house, and then we don't know what happened to Derek. They said that a person that Derek was into it with pulled up on the side, pulled up on the side of him, on the side of them, and they left Derek there with that person. His name is Quan, but Quan is from around that area. The other friends is not. They drove like 30 to 45 minutes out, but Derek is from around that area. He was found 3 minutes from where he went missing at, and they went out the first time and they did not see him. It took them a whole month later, and they found him where they went out the first time. His phone pinned there, and all of his friends was like online saying like, "Oh yeah, they took him out," or they seen him getting deleted in GTA. So it's a lot going on with that case. And they said something about somebody having a machete in GTA, and now they said like his remains was found here, over there, everywhere. But they said it could have been from the animal. But the friends said somebody said something about a machete in GTA. It's all over TikTok. All you gotta
Mhm.
do is look up Derek Simmons, CEO, the one we be on. He talked about this case too. It's all over TikTok. And we still waiting for that autopsy, and that's been a couple of weeks ago. That's been a whole month now.
Yeah, and Miss Pretty was telling me everything. I couldn't keep up. But I definitely wanna let Miss Shayla talk. Me and Shayla have been talking on Twitter almost every day. So I definitely appreciate if you guys can follow her. She does the same thing. She follows cases. She's really good. So Shayla, what do you want to add to the conversation?
Well, hey, I'm glad that I get to talk to you in person.
Yes.
I was just posting, and I'm sure you already know, but in case anyone doesn't know, Judge Roach has has decided not to voluntarily recuse himself, and he has submitted a motion of referral, which means it's going to the first administrative court in Texas, and Judge Ray Willer, who was appointed by Governor Hot Wheels Abbott in 2018. So I,
So
I I like to highlight things and link them to our political aspects, because all of this is sort of Carmelo's case. To me, is the perfect example of us, and I say all of us. I'm an avid voter, but just us not paying attention politically, and maybe not voting down ballot enough, or even doing some of these midterm elections. So I don't know I'm looking Judge Ray Willer up. I have gone through the full 193-page motion for a new trial, as I'm sure that you guys have done. I have also started submitting FOIA requests for Megan Metcalf's residence. I want to see something, because it's been kind of floated out there that there have been several police calls to her home. And so I just submitted today a FOIA request to Frisco Police Department for her current resident and the resident she had before now, because she moved like somewhere in 2025. I just want to see something. So when you're saying that you are keeping out the character, and more so the character of Hunter, yeah, and yes, I do believe Hunter is had a hand in this. Hunter and Austin. What else is there? Because we know about the racial slur graffiti, which, by the way, is a hate crime.
Yes.
There is no crime for racial slur graffiti. It's a hate crime. So I want to see what other things that they have gotten into and see, like, how many times have the police been called out to that house. I know that Hunter was living at his dad's house and Austin was living at his mom's house, but you just kind of hear people say, every time Hunter was over there, there was chaos. The police have been called to the house multiple times. When we are hearing things in the news about these deaths, y'all just brought up someone that I've not heard of yet, Derek
Hamill.
Hamill. We need to start submitting FOIA requests like almost immediately to the sheriff and local police department, as well as to the medical examiner. Your request may be rejected. Like, I know that I sent a request in the Tonae Miller.
I did too. No response.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a response for the actual police report, but the medical examiner did get back to me and she was like, hey, can't do it because it's been...
It's a SI, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we were talking about that because maybe that's why so many cases are being labeled that, so they won't have to give out the information.
Yeah, I think we need to, regardless if you know that they're going to give us the runaround, I think we need to start sending them just so that they know we are watching them, that, we're keeping an eye out on there. Because it's too many for my liking. That we don't tend to just become fruit in a tree. Mm-hmm. And I'm from X, so
yeah, it's the same thing here.
My TikTok friendly language, but we don't become fruit in a tree. We not voluntarily. That doesn't mean that that Black people don't unalive themselves. I work in insurance, or worked in insurance, and I know that the highest demographic for unaliving were actually Black women, and then Black men were coming in we were the fastest on the rise, but we don't tend to do that by becoming fruit in a tree. So I think it's really important that we just start sending out these FOIA requests. We have got to start reporting the news of our community ourselves, because they're not going to do it.
Yes, and just in case if we have somebody listening on the back end, it's FOIA, FOIA. So if we all can do this, that would definitely make a difference.
Yeah, it's Freedom of Information Act. A lot of times I go into Chat GPT or Pilot, whatever your AI. I would not use Gronk, but whatever your AI preference is. And I ask them to write me a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request, because I'm trying to get records from wherever. I tell them what type of records I'm trying to get, who the records are about, and it usually tells me like what location to send them to. Now, a lot of times these places have portals. I prefer to send emails. That's just me. I will do their little portal thing, but I'm also going to double down and send a quick email as well. So I just really think we need to make sure that we are utilizing this to get the news out to our community about what's really going on and to allow people to know that we're watching. The only way that Nolan Wells got pushed is because it was us on social media saying, something's not right here.
Yes.
So
that's another reason why we have to keep talking.
Yeah.
And we have Jay in the chat. She's asking, is the girlfriend preggo? Are you able to confirm?
So I don't believe she is, and we're talking about Nolan, correct?
No, the Metcalf.
Talking about Austin's girlfriend. Hunter went to go stay with her
So
for 7 months.
now I don't know. I don't know about that. There's certain things I like. Certain things are salacious and I like the tea on them, but I don't research them because it does not help Karmelo legally. What I will say is men who do not heal whore. And so the fact that you allowed your child to go stay with his twin brother's girlfriend because he supposedly he couldn't stand to see Austin's room. But again, I just told you, Hunter was living with Jeff. Austin was living with Megan. So it wasn't like he was really seeing Austin's room. I mean, I'm sure that maybe they had rooms at their other parents' house, but it wasn't like they were really just living together like that. But yeah.
And no shade, Miss Shayla, what you just said, Austin stayed with her and Hunter stayed with him, that makes so much sense because she went on a live and she was pretty much describing how Hunter carried himself. That dude, I would say that nigga, that boy was like he's already like an irate, entitled racist.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Like I said, I have requested, and I can find Jeff's address and request the records for his address. But like I said, I just wanted to see something. How many times have the police been called to your location? How many times have you had to call for help?
Can you see the actual reports on them? I'm sorry, Jay.
No,
yeah, you can see them. It will tell you how many times they've been called. If an incident report was taken, you can get the incident report number and go searching in the portal to see if you can find the actual report. The only time they really charge you in these things is if you are requesting like the actual 911 audio or the actual police body cam footage.
Girl, how much it costs?
I don't know because it varies from county to county. I have found that I can usually get what I need without the body cam footage. Like it's usually like with Tonae Miller. I always request everything just in case I can't find it. But in her initial 2025 arrest, I was able to read through the whole report. I didn't need to get certified copies. Because they will charge you for certified copies. They're usually like $5 to $8 per page, depending on where you're requesting them. I didn't need the certified. What y'all had in the system was enough for me. When I was thinking about getting the body cam footage, I just wanted to see who this man was that she was had a conflict with. And they were going to redact his face anyway, so that's no use to me. They were going to redact his face and his name, which his name was already redacted in the report, so it was no need for me to request that information to pay for it.
Shayla, I want to ask you something about that because I did speak with a very close family friend, and everyone is aware of her line of work. So I'm not saying anything malicious or anything like that. Were you able to confirm if that was the case, or was it a real relationship?
No, it was from that line of work. And let
Okay.
me tell you, the park that she was found in is not 3.5 miles from the casino where that incident took place. It was Miami Casino, or Casino Miami is the name. And what happened, and I'm trying to be respectful, but Tonae had met a client, I guess is what we'll say, and they had agreed to a certain act. They went to his car to perform that act, and when the act was over, and they agreed to $50. When the act was over, he refused to pay her. So she got upset. She did what she did. She started punching him. He kicked her out of his car and locked it and went back into the casino to finish his shift. She realized that her phone was locked in his car. She tried to get him to come back out in the car so she could look for her phone. He refused to do it, and she picked up a traffic cone and began to smash his window in. This is all in the police report. So, and that this is not about almost a year and a half. This happened on February 14th, 2025. And she was found in the park on June 18th, 2026, not 3.5 miles or 15 minutes from this location. The park is a well-known hangout for women in her profession.
And I want to say this too about that incident that fits her character. I studied her social media. She was very aware of everything she was trying to get out from what I'm hearing, but she was always self-sufficient. Like, she did not let anybody play with her like that. So I can see that.
Yeah, so that leads me to, if you a car window, for those who know, to get it replaced is about $250 to $500. That I'm gonna call him John. John could have been holding a grudge. So if I were the police, I would go there and question John to find out when the last time it was that he saw her. That's just me. It could very well be it wasn't that John, but maybe another John who was trying to stiff her again, and he got the better of her.
Yeah,
So,
and I definitely believe it has something to do with that, because I have to say allegedly, but my source told me that it was by a scarf, not a rope, and also her belongings were next to her. So all of that is definitely making sense to me. But I also posted too, I took one of the videos where she said a couple of months before she passed away, she said, I would never do anything like that to myself.
well, you have that video, and then let's just think of how difficult it would be to become fruit in a tree. She would have had to have climbed a tree, tied the scarf around herself and the tree, and either jump or flip out of the tree. Nobody's doing all of that.
Yes, especially a BOK person.
Yeah, we're just not. It's another
Her
way.
condition would have been way worse. Probably
Yeah.
half up there and half down there, if y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. And then there would have also been far more trauma to the body. Because think about by doing that, at that point, you're not passing by becoming fruit. You're essentially breaking your neck.
Yes, and not only that, a scarf wouldn't allow her to. A scarf isn't going to hold all of that.
Yeah, it's not. So I get so in my tweet, and I think this is how you and I met because I just tweeted like, listen, she wasn't a model citizen, but this doesn't mean, and I was tweeting it at the Dade County Sheriff's Department. I was like, but this doesn't mean that you can just neglect her death.
Yeah, it doesn't matter her occupation. She still deserves justice. And on that note too, I did want to add, just in case if we have anybody listening in the background, I linked her GoFundMe. If you click the link in my bio, it will take you directly to there. It goes directly to the family if anybody wants to donate.
And if you said you had access, and I've been meaning to post that GoFundMe, I need to do that because you sent it to me. You said you had access to a close family friend. It would be so helpful. Yes, we need to help them fundraise to get an independent autopsy report done, but it would also be extremely helpful if they would put in writing that they want to the medical examiner and to the Dade County Sheriff's Department that they want these reports released to the public. Because what I was specifically looking for is if you follow the Epstein case at all, and his brother believing that he did not unalive himself, in that independent medical examiner report, there was a specific bone in the neck jaw area that was broken that is never broken when a person unalives themselves. It is only broken when someone else unalives them. So I was just like, with that information, let me see if that bone, if they examine that, is that bone broken in her neck. But they said that they could not release it. Her family has to put it in writing.
Okay, I will definitely let them know that. Yeah. Shayla, while I have you here, I did want to ask you too. What do you think about the number of deaths like back to back like this? What are your thoughts about that?
Okay. So we know the political climate that we are in. And when white nationalists can take the metro to participate in a national celebration, I think we all know what's going on. We saw it kind of happen with the last presidential term of this current president, that he brings out the complete worst in everybody. And that also means that when they become their complete worst, they can get away with, or they think they can get away with, causing harm to Black people.
Yes, and that's my thoughts as well. I think everyone who is on here believes the same thing. It's just we have to start protecting ourselves as much as possible. So that may mean that we may have to do things differently.
It's time for us the rules that we grew up with that maybe we haven't passed on to this next generation. It's time to remind them what those rules are. We're all we live in a society in which, yes, we can't ever, completely segregate ourselves off. We're going to have to interact and, do business with, and even socialize with other races. But we just need to be knowledgeable about how to do that and how to protect ourselves. There's one thing my mom taught me that I still do to this day. When I go into a room where there's few of us, I almost always give them the make eye contact. We don't have to talk. You may not like me, I may not like you, but I want you to know I see you. You're in this room and I am looking out for you. And I've done that, whether it's been in company meetings or just walking into a grocery store or a clothing store or something like that. It's just to let them know, hey, I see you. It's just so you know, it's someone else here that looks like you and is watching out for you. And we got to go back to some of these old school things. We're losing recipes.
Yes, we are. We definitely are. Does anybody else have any questions for Shayla? She has a lot of information, so I could sense that as soon as I was reading your tweets.
So, Miss Shayla, with everything that you know that you read upon, how do you feel like it's looking for Karmelo?
We're running a marathon, right? We're not running a sprint. It would be great if this motion for a new trial is approved within 75 days, or it's less than 75 days. It's 75 days from the time he was convicted. So that's like September 9th, I want to say, maybe less than that, somewhere in there. That would be amazing, right? That is the prayer. The reality is this may go to appeal, and appeals are going to take 2 years. We are working against literally, when I read the motion and this gentleman's agreement, y'all are literally talking about the good old boy system. The good old boy system in 2026. And the reason it wasn't in writing is because y'all aren't supposed to operate on the good old boy system anymore. So when you look at that and you look at all of the different methods in which this motion would have to travel, it is still along the lines of that same good old boy system. The first thing I did was look up to see, okay, so now that John Roach has said he's not going to voluntarily recuse himself, what happens next? First, the first administrative court, or whatever it's called. Okay, well, who's over that? It's this guy, Jay Wellis. Jay Wellis was appointed in 2018 by Greg Hot Wheel Abbott. Republican on Republican on Republican on Republican. White on white on white. It just, while I believe it was a really good motion, they highlighted quite a few things in there. They did not come quite right out and say that there was prosecutorial misconduct, which there was. And Mike Howard is taking the brunt of this, but Toby Shook is who we should be looking at. Because Toby Shook was the guy who worked with, not Greg Willis, the other one, Bill Worski. They had they not only did they work together as prosecutors, but they had a law firm together. They used to appear on the Next 48 Hours together.
Yeah, and that's a conflict of interest. I don't even see how they allowed that to happen.
So of course this gentleman's agreement was more than likely made between them. And then Mike Howard was the one who was forced to uphold it. I don't think in reading the affidavit, I don't really think he wanted to. And looking at who he is as a person, this very soft spoken guy, there's that video out there talking about how he's soft spoken and this and that. He didn't have the chutzpah to say, no, we're not doing it this way. I don't know what y'all are up to, but this is not how we're handling it.
So Kristen in the chat is asking, shouldn't there have been a refusal due to the closeness?
Well, yeah, but that would have to be voluntary, right? Like, they would have to have, like, at that point, it was on the honor system. I don't think that the Anthony family, because, I love them. Karmelo has become all of our cousin,
yes.
nephew, and the Anthonys have become, our kinfolk. But the reason why I started watchdogging this is because, and I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I live probably about 45 minutes from Frisco.
Hold on, Taylor. Do you live in the south or the north of Dallas?
I'm in South, girl, where the black folks are.
Are you close to DeSoto?
I'm very close to DeSoto.
Okay.
I'm in Grand Prairie, Quinny and Carrier.
My parents live in DeSoto. I'm from Dallas, so we'll talk later.
All right, we were destined to be friends, I think.
Yes, I think all of us were.
Yes. So going back to that, I don't think that the Anthonys knew enough to do research to they were just in panic mode. They needed help. They were in panic mode. I don't think that the people around them, who call themselves activists, were acting within their best interests either. But they were so scared and not used to big city. Not that I would call Frisco necessarily big city, but weren't used to the fast moving pace of what goes on here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, because they're from Shreveport. It's a completely different system altogether. So, it's still the good old boy system, but the way their good old boy system operates and the way ours operates is two different things. For me, the first thing I would have done is been researching who's Toby Shook, who has he worked with, and I want to know more than he represents Yellow Beezy. You know what I mean? Who all has he partnered with? Did he sell them on the fact that he had worked with Bill Worski before and that they had a working relationship? He's too quiet for me. We're putting a lot of heat on Mike Howard, and it's well deserved. But we need to be looking at the one who's quiet right now, and that is Toby Shook, in my opinion. They quietly got together and all decided to railroad this boy.
Yeah, he definitely set up Karmelo because he should have been prepping him. Karmelo should have been eagerly waiting his turn to get on the stand, but I wouldn't do that either if nobody prepped me, if I didn't know how to go. So he definitely did.
And they gave him 10 minutes. They gave him 10 minutes to decide, and they said that they were going to unload on him. Well, what is there to unload? And for Karmelo to hear that, I'm sure he was scared. But if it were me, I'd be like, boy, they ain't got nothing on you. Maybe you were carrying a knife because allegedly maybe there was some domestic violence going on in your house.
I was about to add too, and just think he's 17. He doesn't know how this works.
But he
Right.
really
But
don't have to
I
explain
would have
it.
been
It was
like,
legal.
yeah, I would have been like, what are they going to say? You had two jobs? You were captain of the football and track team? You were really a star athlete at track, and if this incident hadn't happened, you probably would have gone to state. They don't have nothing on you to unload. If they want to bring up DV, you were trying to protect your mother, allegedly, possibly, maybe.
And the crazy part about it is he looks way better than them on paper. That's why they didn't want to bring in how they really are, their characteristics. You can look at Hunter and tell, and they have a look. They have a look, they have a smell, they have a demeanor. They have that on them.
Honey,
And the daddy do too. I'm not surprised.
They YT. They are their homes before whatever homes that they were allegedly able to have had wheels on them. They come from a long line of it.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, Karmelo was running in the circle of black elites, black excellence. He really was. Like, and I don't say that for classism, but you're talking about a kid who was working two jobs, had been accepted to Morehouse. And in fact, Morehouse never rescinded their acceptance letter. They were like, "You get this workout, you can still come." Like,
That's what's up.
like he was on a different path. He was on a different trajectory. Like, when I was watching videos of him run, they knew who that boy was, because he is his events are the events that you make a point to stop and watch because you want to see him run.
Him running
Like,
on the video, you can tell like they are not gonna fucking catch him. Like running after him is crazy. They're not gonna catch him.
so yeah, like like he was everything. The kid had saved another child like a couple years
from
ago,
drowning. Yeah.
from drowning. Like, this is a good kid.
His
And
brother
I
could have
think
got up there and said something about that, but he didn't.
So Shayla, I want to ask, now that you say that, now that we are sitting putting everything together, do you think he was targeted? Like they planned for something to happen?
so. Yes and no. The way they were walking, they knew he was there. Like, was this like a long plan? No. Was this, and I think we can say his name. It's been out there enough, and he's 18 now.
Eddie bitch ass.
Yeah. Exactly. He was, I think he was trying to be socially accepted, maybe had told them some things that Karmelo had said, because I don't believe that this boy who was getting out of the rain and was sitting at a track meet all of a sudden started bringing up football and said, "Y'all sucked." Like, I don't believe that that was the conversation. They weren't talking about football. They were several months removed from football. Karmelo was closer to graduation than he was to the football season. Football for high school ends in beginning of November. If you're good, it maybe goes to December if you're going to state and stuff like that. So he wasn't thinking about football. He just wasn't. So you mean to tell me that he is there just trying to get out of the rain, and all of a sudden he says, yeah, y'all really sucked when it came to football? No. I think he had said that maybe when he was hanging out with Eddie. Eddie's that messy friend who went and told his other group of friends that included Hunter and Austin what he said. Hunter and Austin is popping off. Oh, the next time I see him, I'm X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, but
So,
at the same time, if you suck, you suck. That ain't his problem.
like, that's the thing I was saying. Like, when they were talking about how Pat Fallon, like, commemorated Austin's life into the records of Congress. What has Austin done?
What?
Like, he hasn't even led any of his teams to a state championship. You commemorated the life of a bully. That kid had done nothing. He wasn't going to do anything. The coaches thought he had potential because of his size. He was a cornbread fed white boy from Frisco who played linebacker. They were hoping that he would become Joey Bosa. Like, he's done nothing. But yeah, I just think Eddie was being messy. Text them. They came over. I think it had been stewing with them for a while, but I did not think that they thought that day was going to be their opportunity. Eddie was being messy. Text them. They came over, and started. They jumped him.
Yeah. I want to say this too, Shayla. I understand that Eddie's cousin was his girlfriend, but I just hope he is not talking to her right now until everything is just cleared. Because you can't trust anything.
I thought they were like play cousins. That's not his real cousin.
They're play cousins, but
at
this point, I don't know her. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know if she is still connected. I know she did the social media post, but I'm assuming she is in her post high school life, whether that's college or whatever she's doing. Maybe she has floated away from Karmelo.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if Karmelo had gone to college and she had gone to whatever because she wasn't going to Morehouse, she could have gone to Spelman maybe if she wanted to, but come on, y'all. This was high school love.
Don't come back when he get out and he got his law degree either.
Yeah. Like, he was gonna go to Spelman. He was going to marry a Divine Nine girly. Like, they were going to be power couples. She was his high school girlfriend was the first love. It was puppy love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
if his parents were smart, they would dismantle that themselves. I don't give a damn how in love you are.
Yeah.
Keep her over there.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, it was sweet of her to post that. But yeah, there definitely needs to be some distance kept between them. Because I don't trust her either. Because one of the things that Eddie said, according to the court, the court reporters, those who went to the courthouse to actually to watch the trial, Eddie was still trying to be petty on the stand and was like, "Yeah, I was friends with Karmelo's ex-girlfriend."
Oh,
like, come on now, really?
And
I'm not friends to nobody. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
Is Eddie is he Hispanic?
I say yes.
Because we need to get some D papers ready. Because it's just send them back.
Now, his name is Edward Parra, but I had for the longest been saying, before I found out it was Edward, I said his name is Eduardo Parra. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me no different.
Most definitely. Have they deleted their social medias?
No,
well, I know Hunter had it.
They're private. The little boy who was digging in the trash, what was his name? I can't think of his name. I'm saying Gaul. Hell, I'm mixing up Love Island with this case. I can't think of that boy, his name right now, because I haven't paid attention to that in a long time. But they were showing the video of the kid who ran to the trash, and it looked like he threw something away. And then later in the video, the trash can is knocked over, and they're digging through it.
Mm-hmm.
That kid is still on here, but he's private. None of them deleted or deactivated their pages. They went private. And that's why when it comes to Nolan Wells, why did y'all deactivate your pages? And it's turning out Judge Ashley Cole was the one who had suggested all of this.
But mind you, in her statement, she said she has nothing to do. I just read the statement earlier. So that means she's lying.
Yeah, I'm already looking side-eye at her because her track record is starting to spring up, like on the various different things that she has ruled on. I'm gonna need people is that Jackson County, Mississippi? I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and vote her on out. Black folks, I need y'all to vote down ballot and vote for whatever is opposite of her. Because there was a Black woman whose child became strange fruit, and I had concerns about the death, and she told her that she couldn't post anything on social media about it. What do you mean I can't talk about my child?
That's what our person told us the other day when we did the live. That's what she said.
Yeah, what do you mean I can't talk about my child and how they passed on social media? You're going to have to go ahead and get that cell ready for me. You're going to have to find me in contempt because I'm about to break this ruling. And then the other thing the person in your live said about the custody arrangement pickups. It is common. I'm a CASA, and if anyone knows what a CASA is, it's a court-appointed special advocate. I did this specifically because there is a lot of Black children that go into the foster system, and what a CASA does is you literally become the advocate for that child. Custody arrangements and pickups and there being issues with them is not uncommon. There are plenty of nonprofits that arrange custody arrangement and pickups, as well as your local police, fire station, sheriff's department is supposed to help with that. So what do you mean she ruled against that? That's not uncommon. That is so not uncommon. And now this woman is passed. Yeah, I got a problem with Ashley. Ashley with 2 E's. I got a problem with her.
Yes. Kristen is in the chat. She says, so do they think closing accounts or deleting makes things disappear? Once you post it, it's out there.
I think they did a lot of things before Judge Ashley with 2 E's got involved. I think she may have told them to go silent on social media, but I think, and this is just my intuition, my thought, I think these boys tried to do a little cover up on their own before she got involved.
Yes, I have to say allegedly, but also they're still making that they're still making mistakes because they keep talking.
Well, she's a judge, and November is around the corner, so I think she realize that she's got to release a statement. She's got to say something because you're on the ballot come November.
And that makes sense because people online who are discussing the case, some of them are coming out online saying that they're being told to stop talking.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't be able to shut me. Like, what are y'all gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all wouldn't be able to shut me up.
Yeah.
The audacity to tell people to stop talking about their friend, their family member, their loved one.
No, I'm not even talking about people like that. I'm talking about like me and you talking about it. They're like trying to tell them to be quiet. You on the list. I don't give a fuck about your list. Put me on there again.
Girl, please. These little lists. On X, they actually do have lists, and when I now they start to notify you when you're on a list. Before, you would have to go and check it manually. So now when I see I popped up on a list, I just block you. Like, don't put me on a list and we don't know each other. We not friends. I don't care about your list. I've gotten a certain conservative influencer who started popping over on my ex, and when I called her out and said, hey, I must be on the right track because why are you over here? She stopped commenting. Yeah, I don't care. I am to the point where I just feel like we have got to start talking about and protecting our people. Like, I can't sit by and be quiet anymore.
Yeah, and the Black Sleuth says she all but admitted to tampering.
Oh, and I had submitted a request because there was supposed to be a hearing on June 29th regarding a leak that happened in the Karmelo Anthony case.
What kind of leak?
So I'm trying to say it without this person's saying this person's name.
Oh, wait. On Twitter? On Twitter?
She's on Twitter and she's over here too. She's on all social media platforms.
I know who you're talking about.
But apparently when this person was getting all of their inside information early on, it was coming from a court clerk, who used a backdoor method to go in and to get information on Karmelo Anthony's case, and was passing that information on. The clerk was fired. Like, they found out who it was. Her name is Melanie something. They found out who it was, and she's been fired. They were trying to get her employment record sealed, but the Attorney General, Greg Abbott, his office refused to seal it. Do not think that means he's a good man. For whatever reason, they just didn't agree to seal this record. He is not a good man.
That's good.
Yeah, he did that to stir up some more mess.
Yeah, like he did it to take the heat off of him, something. That he did not do this because he is a good person. So please do not think that he is. So they were, all of that. Well, there was supposed to be a sanctions hearing on June 29th at 9 a.m. And magically, that hearing did not happen. Now, I have sent emails to the court, to the district clerk, and to the guy. Like, if you go onto the Collin County website where they have all of, like, the evidence and stuff that they posted, his name is Russell something. They have his email address on there. I have sent emails to all of them. He always responds with contact the district clerk. District clerk hasn't responded. The court itself has not responded. But I asked, is it true that there was supposed to be a sanctions hearing on June 29th at 9 a.m. in this court regarding the Karmelo Anthony case? And if so, why can I get information on what the outcome was or why it was canceled? And no one is answering that question.
Some backdoor stuff. I did want to ask you too. I see because I'm looking down your timeline that you have Carmelo's JPay. Have you tried it? Because I haven't tried it because I'm skeptical. Are you sure that
Yeah.
that goes to him?
Yes, it goes to him.
Okay.
And the way I found out about JPay, because I was listing, the first one I was listing was actually the Texas whatever. And someone who has been in the Department of Corrections in Texas, who, was a former prisoner of the Department of Corrections, said that JPay is the best. He will receive it faster, and, to go there. I will say that you can only 300, I think it's only $300 a week, maybe $300 a month can be loaded into his account. So small donations, but he is still in, and I'm going to post about this tomorrow because Friday morning is my reach out to Karmelo. Y'all don't forget about him, reach out to him post. He is still in protective custody, which means he is not in general population. He is spending 23 hours a day in a cell by himself, and he is allowed 1 hour out into the courtyard. He has very limited contact. It is like being in solitary confinement. We need to send him some books. This is a smart kid. We need to send him some books. Write him some letters. We need to keep him in his bag. We know he did like Sudoku and crossword puzzles because that was what was in his backpack when they took it into evidence. We need to send him some stuff like that to keep him just motivated and going.
Yes. Clarity. I have the address right here. I'm looking at Shayla's tweet. So get something to write with. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of seconds. So it's Wallace, WALLACE, PAC, PACK unit. So Wallace PAC unit, 2400. You know what? It may be easier if I type it.
I was about to say, I'm putting it in the chat.
Also, you cannot send him food. You cannot send him, there's certain things you can't send him. I know books are good, but there are certain things because of contracts, various contracts that people have with the Department of Corrections in Texas. He can only get it through commissary. So if you want him to have like a special, he's a kid, he might want candy or whatever, just put a small amount, like $10 or less through JPay. You might want to do more than $10 because I think it's $3.50 service fee with JPay. So like $20 on there. But yeah, you can also send books. I think it's through, and I have to finish researching this, but I think it's through Barnes and Nobles. But yeah, it's you just, when Janice posts everything, you just need his SID number and then his TDJ number, and y'all can send him stuff. Being mindful that his mail is checked. For those who might be listening that are not supporters, his mail is checked. And that means that they will take action for any threats that are made against him. But yeah, if you want to send him a care package, like, please, we got to keep his spirits up. Like, this is going to be a long fight. Also, with the money that is put on his books, his commissary, he can use that money to take college courses. So keep that in mind. This isn't just about, him being able to eat. But of course, we want him to eat good food, not necessarily what the cafeteria is serving. But like, he'll be able to pay college courses. If any legal fees do pop up, he can use his commissary to help pay for that. His attorneys are doing this pro bono, but if anything pops up, I don't know, like getting court records, which they are being an ass about getting those out. But anything he might need legally, he can use this account as well.
Yes, and also once you guys go to JPay and put in those numbers, his name is going to pop up just so you guys can verify that it's going to him.
I get nothing. I have seen nothing. I have seen no money from this. I honestly do this for just to uplift him. Like, I get nothing on the back end. I intentionally do not accept Cash App or anything like that. This information is really just for me to keep our community informed of what is going on.
Yes, I feel, today has been really, really, you have given us so much information. But yes, as soon as you post that tomorrow too, I'll repost it too. Just to keep it going, because after a little while people forget, but he's still going to be there.
He's gonna be there. I know we want instant results on this. If I could drive to Navasota, Texas and pick him up, do you not know I would have already done it? But this is not, I just want us to be prepared mentally that this is not going to end, in a couple of weeks or a couple of, months. Like, this is going to be a long haul and process, and we need to, if it's a long wait for us, imagine what it is for him.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was definitely writing down everything that he likes, because I'm gonna send some stuff this weekend.
Yeah, like just a little care package. I was looking for like books or novels on like Daniel in the Lion's Den or Joseph, because I feel, we do know that he is of the Christian faith. And I just want him to think of himself as like, Joseph, being thrown in prison, and then when he comes out, he's second in command to Pharaoh, or Daniel, all night in the lion's den, and he comes out alive. Like, I want his spirit to be up there. Like, I want him to be strong of mind. I want him to know that we heard him in his audio when he said, I know I'm not guilty. They have been putting their hands on me for a long time. I know we hear you. We know you're not guilty either.
Wait, there's an audio of him saying that?
Oh, yeah.
I have it on my, if you go to my YT, the link in the bio, it's in there.
I'll be right back.
Look,
yeah, what they did, what a YouTuber did, his name is Freezy. His YouTube account is
I love Freezy.
Yeah, it's No Cap with Freezy.
Yes.
And I have been It's one of my late night listens, but he is a sound engineer. And what he did was he elevated the audio of when Karmelo was in custody. And he is literally saying, not only did he say, they have been putting their hands on me, which cultural awareness tells you they have been punching him, they had jumped him. He says I know I'm not guilty. They have been putting their hands on me for a while. So yeah, there's that. What else do I want to say? I feel like there's so much I know about this, and I don't know sometimes I assume everybody knows. But yeah, he just, whatever we can do to keep his spirits up.
The Black Sleuth, I invited you by accident. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Everything went blank.
Yes, can hear you.
Clarity is asking, can you speak about sending the books through like Barnes and Nobles and Amazon?
Yeah, I haven't finished researching it. That is on my late night research. And I was going to post about it tomorrow. I am going to send it to Janice, and I have been hitting each other up in the back channel over on X. So I'm going to send it.
I'm gonna send you the link. I found it. It's at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice website. I'm gonna send you what to do. It tells you.
Yeah. So you send him books, send him, he has his tablet. I don't know what all he can access on his tablet. It's usually, I think now that he has his tablet, he can do like FaceTime when he's calling home. And then, again, he can take classes, through, now that he has his tablet.
If y'all can hear me, it's going in and out, but I'll pop back in a second, hopefully. Yeah, I can't hear none of y'all. It's quiet.
I'm here.
It came back. It came back. It may be happening because we talking about Karmelo and how to help him. Because it went blank again.
Yeah, what I have learned on X, it usually means your account may be being reported.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they the anti-Karmelo group is, I don't know. I've never seen anything like this.
Yes, that's what I was telling everybody too. Just talking about all the monkeys and everything in the chat. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? I'm literally just reporting information. And now I'm that.
Yeah, I've gotten, and I hate to say it, but I used to go through all of my posts and like hide certain comments, but they've just overtaken it. I just leave them at this point.
I do too, because it make you look stupid. Like,
yeah, it's like, okay, if that's what y'all want to go with, if y'all want, you saying I'm chimping out is not.
Oh, that's their favorite one. Oh, that's their favorite one.
Yeah, that's not hurting me. You saying that we are that we are tribal, that's really a good thing. Like if you've ever taken a sociology or an anthropology classes, to say that a group of people is tribal and that we band together, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah, it's I never knew that. I knew it existed, but I didn't know it was to this magnitude. I guess I just blindly assumed that we had overcame that, but it's worse.
And what do they have to be so mad about is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why are y'all mad? Y'all have had a head start in life for generations. Why are you so mad?
Yeah. Hmm. I wanted to ask you too. How did you find out we was on live? Because we be on live every day during this time, and I was like, I know that's not Shayla who I've been talking to.
So, I check, I have a certain time in which I check TikTok just to see what's going on, what's popping off. And your live popped up, and I'm assuming it popped up because I had shared your post and I referenced you to TikTok.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is honestly the first time I have ever seen your live. Like I've seen the TikTok governors live. I've seen hell, I didn't even seen Country Boys live. Like I didn't seen just about every live there is. So this was the first time yours popped into my feed.
Well, I'm glad it did because we hear Monday through Friday at 4:30 every day. Like when our conversations be so good, it's like we be talking on the phone.
Well, now that I know, because I was literally just doing my usual scroll, for me, it's just easier to I find videos in which people are talking about what I need to post. I need to get better and actually start making content.
Yes,
but it's just faster to like grab something real quick and then put it on X and keep it moving because it's just so much going on. Like I feel like every time I turn around, it's something popping up.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Like just trying to keep up with everything, and I'm not good with remembering all the names is a lot.
I am ADHD. I really am. I've had to write them down, but I had been thinking about, and it's been really, this is a thought that has stuck with me for over a week now about starting like a true crime podcast that focuses on Black victims, because when they do true crime, they don't ever focus on Black victims.
Yeah.
Their favorite is, the YT woman victim.
Yes, you should. You would do really, really good because you get so much information. Definitely, yes, do that.
Yeah, I've been slowly taking names like of, the various different Black victims that have been mentioned, like the lady in Georgia who fell, went to the sleepover. Tamara, what was her name? Tamara Horford, who went to her friend's sleepover and ended up no longer living the next morning. Just so much stuff.
Yeah, so the Black Sleuth in the comments, he said, can you invite her to the family? So we have this message thread where we just send messages all day. So you already in it. I'll add you once you add me back.
Okay, wait, is it over here?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm following you now.
Okay, so now I can make you a mod too. And then I add you.
Thank y'all for welcoming me into the
Yes.
family. And if y'all ever feel like y'all just want to come over and fight with people in my comment section on X, feel free. Get some of your aggression.
We definitely will. That's whenever I see your post, even if I don't have time to read it, I just either like it or repost it, because the more information, the better.
Yeah, I have, because I would go into lives on Twitter, on X, and I haven't really been going into, they call them spaces over there. I haven't really done any spaces over there, but I have, people that are following me and that I follow who are attorneys and just in some of them work in politics. They come from all walks of life. Just a black group of people who got together and started talking politics and, trying to advance us through politics. I haven't really been in there as much, but it's been on my soul about what is going on in all of these unalivings and how they are not being investigated correctly. And that's when I just started posting a ton about them on my X page. And
yes, at all. And it's like they don't even try. They don't even try.
Yeah, it'll come back. I think they wanted to close Nolan Wells up with the accidental drowning. No, we're gonna debunk that. They wanted to write Karmelo off as a schmurderer. No, we're gonna debunk that. That's just become my whole focus. They wanted to write off Tonae Miller. Yes. No, we're gonna debunk that. And yes, we support our own, even if they are even if they're not model citizens. We support our own. My heart goes out to Javeyah. I think her name is
Harris.
Harris.
Yeah,
Javeyah.
Javeyah. We just talked about her too.
That one was heartbreaking. I'll probably start posting more about that when they get closer to their trial, but that will be probably within a year. That one was just heartbreaking after they said that they probably have found all that they can find of her. That's just too much.
Yes, it is too much. And while I have y'all here too, I know we are growing slowly. So as far as our secret group, we're gonna keep it to the people who've been here. So we're not gonna add probably nobody else unless they've been here already. So, but because I don't want it to be too many people to where we can't get the information. You know what I mean?
From what I have found, just from listening into various comment sections, use the gift of discernment, guys, in what you are hearing and what is being said. Like, we love Karmelo down, but y'all, I have to tell y'all, a lot was going on, but and it may not have even been his tool, but he did injure Austin.
Yeah, he took a life. Yes.
Yeah, he did do that. He is going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. But we can't love him so much to where we're to the point where we're saying he didn't do it, because he did.
Yeah. And for the most part on our side, we do believe like he should have some consequences, just not 35 years. Like, that was overreaching. That's our issue. Y'all, it's doing it again. I can't hear. Everybody's face is gone. Okay, now I can hear it.
No, I missed the whole conversation.
No. What was you doing?
Girl, These damn kids.
Yeah. Thank you for the heart, Shayla. Yes, but Shayla, whenever you have anything, let us know. We'll come over. You one of us now.
Yes, I will. It's like I said, seems like something's popping off every day. But yes, when it is something of substance, I will definitely let y'all know. We should, if we don't hear by tomorrow, or it should be next week, about Judge Roach being recused. Now that it has been, the motion for him to refer has been done, we should hear within. We may not hear about it tomorrow because it's Friday, but they also like to piss us off in this case. I've noticed.
Yes, they'll do it Friday evenings late. I've been noticing it.
Yeah, Friday evening, the day before Juneteenth. You didn't think we had time to go through this video? We was at the cookout going through it.
When I tell you I
It.
was relaxing, I look on my phone, my whole thread is Karmelo. I'm like, what? I just sat down for a minute.
I was cussing. I was like, what? I was like, okay, you know what? We got time. I'm gonna go through this. I have gone through the police report. And maybe that's something I can do with y'all, is break down the police report, because Frisco PD really screwed up. Y'all do realize that we do not have, from when Karmelo was taken into custody, they did not read him his Miranda rights. But in Texas, he's a minor. In Texas, you can't, like, Miranda rights have to be read by a magistrate judge. Any statement he signed had to be done in front of a magistrate judge. None of that was done. You also have to have a recording of the person's statement when they are in custody. You have to have
should have been his lawyer. You would have did better.
Girl, we would have chat GPT this to success. You have to have a recording. Even if he says, I don't want to talk without you have to have that electronically recorded. We do not have these things. We do not have fingerprints or DNA of what DNA was found on the knife. We don't have any of those things.
Wow.
So, but yeah, they never Mirandized him. And then they were trying to say that, well, he made these spontaneous statements. Well, yes, he did. But even in the police report, y'all haven't typed the full amount, the full spontaneous statement. The statement where he says, I know I'm not guilty. They have been putting their hands on me for a while. It did not make it into the police report. But the 5 statements that did, they all refer back to self-defense.
Well, at this point, throw everything out. Yes, he did it, but y'all messed up, and y'all supposed to have everything right.
Yeah, they were trying. I mean, they were they railroaded this boy. And I'm from Texas, and I ain't never seen a railroad like the way they did this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. And also, I know you mentioned Fridays things happen. Also, Nolan's independent autopsy is supposed to be here tomorrow. That's what I'm waiting on too. Friday.
Yeah, because what they were trying to leak from the county autopsy, I wasn't accepting. They were trying to say it was an accidental drowning. I'm not accepting that.
No. He already said he can swim. We have somebody named Nye trying to come up. I think that's how you pronounce it. Oops. Okay, I think she may have dropped. Yeah, I don't know what my phone is going crazy. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I've been able to hear you the whole time.
I don't know what's going on with my phone. Yeah. But does anybody else have any questions? Yeah, I say this every time. I'm getting kind of hungry.
I was gonna say it's getting time. I just fed my little dogs, but it's time for me to start cooking dinner.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and add you to the group. We're gonna end 20 minutes early today. Y'all, I'm pooped. I'm tired. But I will see y'all tomorrow. It was another good live. And then I'll just see y'all in the chat. And I'm going to add Kristen and Shayla. I'm gonna add you. It was somebody else. Kristen. Oh, and Clarity. I have you. Okay. I'm gonna add both of y'all. But I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
You too.
Bye.